Well, welcome back, everyone. Dan Gibson here from Dan Gibson Mentoring, and I'm here today with one of our recently graduated clients, Jayden Finlay from Queensland, Australia. Jayden, congratulations, man. You've come a long way from when I first met you. So why don't we start with maybe hearing from you, and you can tell us before we started working together, where were you? Tell me a little bit about where you were in life, your confidence, dating and relationships. What was happening for you, man?
I was kind of felt like I was kind of just running around in circles, if I'm going to be completely honest. And eventually I was kind of at the point where like, well, what the hell am I doing? I've neglected all these other areas of my life, especially relationships, especially like dating with women and stuff as well.
Like, just how old are you, man?
I'm 21.
Kind of in the prime of your life and trying to get things started, and you kind of find yourself in this space, yeah?
No, you're exactly right.
How else did that make you feel? Like, what was your life like?
I was continually anxious, like all the time. I didn't know what to think. Like I was trying to like help myself. Like I wasn't defeated. Like I was trying to make like purposeful things to do, but this is whatever I didn't like really relieve that tension on my mind. I didn't really know how to push into a direction, but I had the intention there, if that makes sense.
And so in a contrast, after working with us at Dan Gibson Mentoring, where do you feel like you are now?
Literally, I just feel like I want to say like I literally feel like a man. And I know in context, like before this, I didn't really like use the word man in a way. Like I felt unconfident saying that. But I feel like I'm an actual, like, I'm Jayden Finlay. I'm the guy that's like going on my mission to fucking, and I've got somewhere where I want to go. And I've got like, I wake up every single morning with purpose and meaning. And I'm able to display that in all my relationships, especially with women. So as a result, like, I'm not going out and trying to get girls. It's just more or less like, because of my radiance and my confidence, they kind of just, surrounding themselves with me. So I'm just able to create those relationships. It's been fucking awesome.
Man, that sounds so cool. How does that make you feel day to day?
I just feel like more just genuine, like just more genuinely happy. And I feel like I'm able to, instead of focusing on myself and my anxiety all the time, I'm able to like delegate my energy to other people.
And now you feel like you're expanding, correct me if I'm wrong, and then you can actually project that positive energy out into the world around you, like whether it's talking to women or talking to work colleagues or at the gym or whatever it is that you're doing, and have that positive impact on other people.
I have like a different aura around me, if that makes sense now. It's like more or less I don't feel like I'm continuously anxious and within myself. I'm more radiating, if that makes sense. Something like that.
And just really quickly, how do you feel other people are responding to you now as opposed to, before we first met?
Oh, a lot more responsive, if that makes sense. I'm getting a lot more like just even visual cues. People are looking at me more. People are noticing what I'm doing more. People are asking me questions about what I'm doing. When I say something, like they listen. I feel like I'm able to have like a lot more of a leadership kind of even within my own friend group. Like I feel like it's just more or less I'm having more of a positive impact on others just because I'm able to have that confidence within myself.
Oh, that must be such a good feeling, man.
Yeah, you got to stand from the ground up and just keep working at it. And I think with like your help, I was able to like skip all those kind of questions you'd ask yourself but not know the answer to.
And so how do you think you're able to understand and relate to women now?
Instead of doing it in kind of incorrect ways that kind of may make them react differently or me not understanding, I now know fully how to embrace the moment, like embrace every moment with a girl that I love and embrace like, just them as a whole and leave them in a better way than I found them, even if it's not in a relationship. There's one thing I took away. It's just like every single girl that I meet, I'm able to at least bring some kind of positive kind of impact on their lives, even if it's not long term.
And I think that developing like a sort of like getting that understanding of women as well, like a deeper understanding on both a psychological level and a difference between men and women, helps you have a different love for women as well. Like you really see the feminine nature of them, and you've developed your own masculinity at a much higher rate. And so now you can really see the flow between those two energies.
Yeah, you definitely can kind of more or less feel the different energies that kind of surround you as well, because when you're so confident within yourself, you then feel that whole opposite energy, especially from higher quality women, because they've embraced their energy as well, right? Like they've become women, and now that you've become a man, it's kind of like that attractive force,
and sort of not stress out about it and express yourself naturally, like express what it is that you want as a man, rather than be afraid to like just go out and get what you want from the world. Like be able to just go and get it.
Like I used to always feel like I wasn't like good enough for that, something like that, and that was just kind of like more or less built into me as a kid. But yeah, definitely more or less realizing now that I can do whatever I want in this world as long as I like pretty much put out my hands and take it really. you
just got to go and do it, right, and push through the fear.
That's it, man.
So Jayden, just in terms of like say coaching and mentoring, what would you say was the biggest takeaway from your time working with us and me?
For me, it was the foundation of who I am as like Jayden Finlay. Like I didn't really know as I mentioned at the start of this interview, I didn't really know where I wanted to go or who I wanted to be or like where I even was in my own life. Yeah. But now I actually have like a path and a purpose and, you know, something that I want to accomplish and steps. And like that in itself gives purpose to everything else in your life. It improves your relationships. It improves like, you know, your fitness, your goal, like everything. If you improve yourself from within and build yourself up from a foundation, you're going to be able to just prosper in every other way. And what Dan even helps with is something that you're going to be unfamiliar with is the knowledge about women and how to actually attract. Because, you know, being where I was, I had no idea, like literally zero clue. But it's just that kind of, you know, going on that path from building yourself up, you now have the knowledge and skills to actually like just keep going.
You know, as a man, not only in your dating and relationships, but life in general, is about having a plan and having a vision for what you want. And then, you know, breaking that down into easily digestible steps, and then you know, having someone there to help you and just doing the work, you know, just taking those steps and being accountable for making sure that you're progressing forward and not sort of like blowing like a leaf in the wind. One thing I took away from you, Jayden, you know, working with you, is that you've always been, since I've known you, a very, very busy guy, and whatever it was, you've always like, you know, taken lots on and had a lot on your plate. Like if you had to give advice to someone watching this, you know, another busy guy, an entrepreneur, or another, you know, professional, who I often hear say, I'm too busy to have a love life, or I'm not ready to have a girlfriend because I still have to do this, or I still have to do that. I'm not ready. You know, I don't deserve it, or I'm too busy. I'm prioritizing work. What advice would you give to those guys?
Enjoy life. Like life isn't all just like your goals and accomplishments. Like if you're too focused on the future, you're never going to live in the present. You're never going to reach where you want to go, right? Like there's so much more to life than just trying to fucking just grind every day. So why not just experience every moment? Like every moment, like you're trying to fill in your time. Why not fill in that time with like love, man? Like, you know, you can have a girl just laying on your bed while you're doing your work, bro. Like you've got time. You just need to make for it and get past your mind that like you do have time. You're just making an excuse to say that you don't have time.
I totally agree with you. Absolutely. Make the time, because, you know, you've only got one life, and how long are you going to wait to enjoy, you know, something, a key aspect of your life, which is relationships at the end of the day. You know, it's a key pillar of a fulfilling, successful life, a happy life. And waiting to enjoy the fruits of that for, you know, external reasons can just, you know, delay that pleasure that you get from that. So are you being successful now because you got a promotion and you got more money and you got fitter? Or are you more successful now because of the work that you've done, like through this process, on your inner game and working on your mindsets and your beliefs and your behaviors? Like which one would you say out of those two has the biggest impact?
Definitely mindset. Like, you know, you can't run away from yourself, you know? And I think that's the biggest thing. Like you can go ahead and do all these different things, but without working on your mindset and who you are as a person, you're just going to be living in anxiety your entire life. Otherwise, you're just hiding behind a mask, you know? So definitely like taking the time to invest into something like, you know, mentoring and just really, really just figuring yourself out, I think is the most important thing to do, especially as a young male.
I think that's right, man. Like for me and the coaches and mentors that I've had, it's like I realized that I wanted something more, and I was making attempts to improve that and maybe coming up against roadblocks. And it's even like as simple as just having someone to say, hey, like here's a blind spot. But someone that you trust and is there by your side is like saying, hey man, have you thought about this? Like even little things as simple as that. And it's like it can release, it's like taking a kink out of a hose, right? The tap's on, but the water's not flowing. And it's like remove that kink and all of a sudden the water flows.
If you don't take the time to figure out your foundation, you're just going to crumble. You're just going to fall back down. You're just going to feel even worse. Success isn't going to make you feel better. It's just going to make you feel like, what have you done? What have you used all that time for? You know, I feel like internal is just as important as what you're doing externally, if not even more important.
Jayden, as you know, the man that's the coach that's worked with you personally, I just have to say I'm really proud of the work that you did here and the time we spent together, and like, you know, that you executed and you put in the hard yards to get where you are today, and the fact that you're still taking that, you know, those blueprints and that plan and those ideas and that vision and moving forward with that for yourself to get results. And as a result, you know, you're well on your way to an amazing, you know, well-balanced, successful, fulfilling, satisfying life. And, you know, I want to thank you for, you know, the effort that you put into the work that we did together, because it really makes a huge difference. Any other guys watching this, like I think what you can take from this is that no matter how hard or bad your life is at that point in time, no matter how hopeless you feel, there's always a better life awaiting those that want to take action, and they want to take action now. And that life is always awaiting you. It's just whether or not you want to go out and take it and maybe reach out your hand for a bit of help. So guys, if Jayden's story inspires you into believing that you've also got an opportunity to reach out for new goals in maybe dating and relationships, confidence in a game, and create, you know, either an amazing love life for yourself, but without sacrificing anything else, then leave a comment below this video, or just, my DMs are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can just send me a DM. So Jayden, I just want to say thank you for coming on today and sharing your time with us and your inspiring story, man. And I can't wait to see how you progress from here on in.
Awesome. Thanks for everything, man.
The pleasure's mine. Talk to you soon.